was destined to have this watch. This is the power of manifestation. Optimistic in the most against the odds scenarios, magical things happen. Come in from Zurich, but it was nice.
Yeah,
it was a good flight. I literally spent the whole time journaling. Things came to me that I've come up with the best things for Rewired, and it was just right in front of my nose the whole time. Again, when you're creating something you're passionate about that's going to change people's lives, you've got to put that extra level of intention energetically, even the mindset that you're in when you're creating it. And I think that really does make a difference and shine through. Right, so we are in Vancouver, currently on the edge of Stanley Park, right? Yeah, right, so we're on the edge of Stanley Park. So I've been here twice, but I've not been able to see the geese that are all in front of us. And yeah, it's absolutely exceptional. Look at how the industry has shifted. 5 years ago, things like funding firms, they weren't really as popular as what they are right now. So you have to understand the dynamic of when the market shifts, what is more relevant and what do people need. So I'm going to be finishing pretty much 80% of the heavy lifting of phase 2. Then I'm going to head back to the UK, and then I've got more work to do, but I'm excited for it. Just like things that we're going to be going over, that's going to link to module 2 of the funding side of things. You don't need to be a multi-millionaire to live like a multi-millionaire. And I think that's where society has got that confused. It doesn't mean stretch yourself and try to appear rich. Like, not everyone wants a Lambo. They might just want to be full-time, be able to pick up their kids whenever they want, wear a nice watch, live in a nice house, and their car might be like 3rd or 4th on the priority. Where someone else, the car might be like the very thing first in front of the house, and so on. Most people can live that life for £10,000 a month without even realizing it. Now, that to me would be a little bit of a stretch. I would probably go more than that. You really would want to be making 20k a month to live 10k, and that's still 50%. However, if in your head you believe the only way you can live this life is if you're making 20 million a year, because that's the impression you've got, then you'll never make it happen, because it's so far away from what you think is possible. Where if you're like, that's 20k a month, okay, so how much do I need to be trading to make 20k a month? Oh, that's a 400k funded account at 6% a month. After my profit split, what are you telling me I can live like that? Yes. So how close are you to trading 400k on a funded account? Oh, it could be 6 months away. So what do you now need to do every single day to make sure that happens? So I'm just about to show you behind the scenes of our portable setup studio. We are in downtown Vancouver in the Shangri-La. Tario, talk us through all this incredible equipment that we've got going on.
This is our portable studio for the next few days for the audio production. For the main mic, I'm going with a Shure SM7B. Michael Jackson actually recorded Thriller on this mic. For audio interface, I'm using a Focusrite, really reliable audio interface. So the feed goes into my laptop, and for Mark to hear himself better, I have a DT990 Pro just to have a better feed. For the software side of things, we're using Logic Pro for the entire productions. I'm running on my MacBook Pro 16-inch. On the side, I have my iPad Pro as a secondary monitor, or I can basically look at some notes. On here, currently Mark is actually holding it, Sony FX3 with a Tamron 70-28. So basically capture just a good enough angle for some shorts and reels and stuff like that. I'm pretty happy with the quality and the results. So we did some test rounds. So this is going to be the next few days setup.
There's going to be many layers to this. Every single word is intentional. So many hours put in, and you're going to see once the creation is done how impactful this is going to be to your trading.
Hey, day 2.
Buongiorno.
Ciao.
Oh, yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Do you sleep well?
Yeah, good. Really
Workout?
Good. Yeah, workout.
You did everything?
Yeah,
wow.
Everything's good.
Awesome.
I don't even feel jet lagged. I feel great. Ready to go. Day 3, converted to the coffee, 49 parallel. Honestly, these are amazing, so thanks for the hookup, Tario.
Yeah.
So yesterday was a huge success. day one was great, but yesterday was next level. Can't reveal too much because that would be leaking the content. However, what I can assure you is it's going to be focusing on something that the whole world is struggling with right now. So that will be the clue. There's going to be some big heavy lifting in that.
Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Could you tell me the crazy Rolex story or the AP you had in Dubai?
Oh man, most people wouldn't even believe me. It's hard to even explain how this happened. So this was a Audemars Piguet Royal Oak blackface stainless steel. For those that are into watches, they'll know that this is a difficult watch to get hold of. Like, it was still 6-7 year waiting list, and I'm about a month out from going to Dubai. Most people, when they get money and they can afford something, they'll go, right, I can just go and buy that. I started to realize that's almost too easy. When you start to become more successful, you can kind of have what you want, and then it loses a bit of its meaning. So I achieved a big milestone, and then I had in my mind this watch, this Audemars Piguet Royal Oak stainless steel blackface, very understated, very sleek watch. Only people that know what they're on about would know what it is. It's not kind of in your face like Rolex or whatever. And so I started looking around. I was thinking, what's the chances? So I ring up, places in London that I know. I then ring up Geneva. I ring up Paris and Monaco and lots of different places. I'm calling them up saying, hey, have you got this available? And they're like laughing at me on the phone, almost like, no, it's like a 5-7 year waiting list. And you've got to imagine they've got like a list and a book of so many people they could just ring up that collect watches and just go, well, here you go, like, it's available, they'll just have it. So I'm ringing, I finally just think, oh, what's the chances? And this was then getting like 2 weeks out to Dubai. So I call up the Dubai Mall, it's like laughing down the phone going like, look, it's like 7 year waiting list, and they've got a list of something like, I don't know, like 17,000 people on that list, maybe even more. And he said, sir, even if we do have one, then I've got such a loyalty list available, I'm not gonna sell it to you. Which I understand, I get it, I've never bought an AP before at that time, so why would he sell it to me? There was something inside of me that felt I was destined to have this watch. I even said it to him on the phone. I was like, I'm destined to have this watch. Whether that worked or not, I kid you not, a week out. And then he WhatsApps me. He sent me a video of the watch. He was like, Mr. Mark. He was like, the watch is available, it's here. And I was thinking, hold on a minute, like, why is it? Firstly, I was trying not to get excited because I thought, surely he wouldn't get my hopes up, send me a video and then go, by the way, I'm gonna ring this big list.
Yeah.
So he sends me the video and I was like, brilliant, I'll have it, I'll secure it. As if, like, I thought I'll just go with it, I'll run with it, see what he says. He was just like, he said, the thing is, unfortunately, I remember reading unfortunately, he goes, if you want it, you have to pay now. I was like, that's not an issue. I was like, I'll pay for it right now. So I wired it over, transferred it. And
How much was it?
And then it was just under 15K. It's worth something like 60, 70, 80, roughly in that region. It's like, it fluctuates, but it's gone up in value a lot. And I've got no interest in selling it. I waited until I got the watch, put it on my wrist, signed the official paperwork, because listen, I've sent money, but they could just send money back. They could easily just go, oh, we decided to give it to someone else. So I'm in there, and once I got it, I knew, right, it's mine now, receipt, everything's there. I then asked him, I said, why did you sell me this watch? And he was taken back, and he kind of like scratched his head, and he was like he didn't have an answer. I knew he didn't have an answer. Probabilistically is like a 0.1% chance.
I did 0.05.
Well, there you go. So 0.05 chance of me getting that watch versus the list of accounts. Crazy. And this is the power of manifestation, whatever you want to call it, just like energetically. In my head and in my mind, all I could visualize, like the senses, everything, is that watch is on my wrist. I felt like I've got that watch. It's coming to me, I'm going to get it. When you adopt this mindset of being optimistic in the most against the odds scenarios, magical things happen. When your intention is that strong, you will become unstoppable. Like, you will find the answers. If you're going through a bad patch in your trading and you think, I'm making a lot of mistakes, like, you will find the answers. But the problem is most people don't have a lot of intention. Their fear is stronger than their intention. So they don't ever get to vibrate on a frequency to energetically attract the things into their life that they want in the first place. We are in Yowtown, downtown Vancouver. Behind me is Analog Coffee. 5 years since our last meetup. Familiar faces, new faces. You're gonna see it. I just met Tyson. He actually came over to London to the end of year event. Beautiful to see him again, and I cannot wait to show you behind the scenes.
For the content.
Right, so we're here with Colin. guys. I want some content.
Exactly.
Here we have another legend. Here's Braden. Talking earlier about our original very first meetup. These are the guys, right? So you guys were at the original last Vancouver meetup, which was what?
Yeah.
5 years ago.
4 of us.
Yeah, 5 years ago since the last meetup. Crazy. Of course, this is more of an intimate local meetup. It's not one of our bigger ones. However, I was able to meet some new faces today. They're only in Falcon for 2 to 3 months. They've been trading for quite a few years. And by the end of the meetup, they started to realize exactly why they're in the right place. It's what fires me up when I just see people committed, going for it and wanting to see them change their life. Because I know what it's like when I'll see them again at another meetup and you say, okay, so you got to the next stage, you got to the next stage. And before you know it, they've quit their job, trading 6 figures, they're changing their life. That's what it's all about. So absolutely loved it.
This is the most scenery part of Vancouver.
This is, yeah, I've never experienced anything like this whatsoever.
Yeah.
When I kind of take this in, because in the UK, of course, we don't have anything like this whatsoever. It's so quiet. Like everything about it is so quiet, so peaceful. I would come here for like 2-3 hours a day.
Yeah.
Now you understand why people would take themselves into the forest to recharge. Like this is, like the size of the trees as well. Trading is not just about technical analysis, it's everything outside of that. Once you understand your method and you have a trading plan that you can execute, it's going to be the psychology that is going to be able to perform that at a high level and maintain those results. Remember, your goal is to become a composed winner. The better you figure out how to trade under pressure and you're calm and you can make consistent, calm, calculated decisions, the more chance you will succeed for the long run. You want to not just get funded, you also want to stay funded. Good. Is that not enough? Is it? Good. That's enough. See you later. Tario here has been an incredible host, so I thank you for that. Feels like I was here just yesterday. The trip has gone by very, very fast. When you're in person and you're bouncing ideas off of each other, ideas will come to you that you didn't even think of. You can't do on your own, and that's why you have to have great minds together. And this second half of the year, honestly, that there is nothing in this entire trading space that comes close to what the impact of Rewired and our ecosystem that we've got that's going to change people's lives forever. But what an incredible trip.